So I thought would be really good is I'd like to just go through, you know, you're setting up people's businesses, you're setting up your business. So some people just haven't got into doing everything from step one. So for me, someone gets the box, they're going through the products, and then it's like, let's get things up and running so you're ready for business. So these are just some of the things, and I'm going to get Becky to come up and just swap over because I want to be able to do this live on a dashboard. So your dashboard, you need to note your 12-digit ID number. Always get people to make sure that they know what their ID number is. When you're logging into your account, you can log in with either your email address or your ID number. So make sure that they understand they can do both. Products have, ordering products online, you can save payments and save addresses. All products have a CC value. Literature and samples, they don't have any CC value, so make sure people are aware of that. When people are buying at 30% off as a wholesale account, you need to have your minimum order is £50, yeah, and that is the £50 from order of product, not the £50 including your literature. It's £50 where you've got CC value added to it, and then you've got your order delivery on top of that, so you can see. Oh, yeah, and maximum is £1,000. Just so you know, if you're ever doing any events and you've got a big order to put through, yeah, just it will probably stop you if you're trying to go over 1,000. So, you know, if you're putting your £10,000 order through. So order delivery, £6.98 up to a 500 or £9.98 over 500. Obviously, you get anything from Warwick is free, and you can order online. So. Okay, so logos on products. Yeah, so exactly that. Why are certain products not got all the logos on? Because those logos, Leaping Bunny doesn't account for all the countries around the world. That's why our products don't say or have the organic soil on ours, because the products are not manufactured in the UK, where you only get that soil logo if a product has come from the UK. So if you had to go through all the different logos for 160 countries, I don't know about you, but that tube of aloe vera jelly's not got enough space to put all the logos for the 160 countries what Leaping Bunny would be equivalent to in Outer Mongolia. Right? So, just a few other things that I thought would be quite useful is, first of all, get some personalised stickers for literature. Now, what I've done on here, I've put 3 QR codes. And people go, oh my gosh, how do you make a QR code? Very simple. So you can go to QR Monkey, and this is the QR code for QR Monkey. So you know those links that you made in your link builder? If you want to have a link, your shop link, yeah, that you want to create a QR code. So if you're doing events and you want people to be able to scan, because people can't go to a link, can they? It's written. You want to go straight to your shop, then you can make a QR code with QR Monkey. So if anyone wants to try and scan that and take a picture, it should take you straight through to QR Monkey. And then if you see that, it'll literally ask you for the URL. So you go to the link that you created at your retail shop, in your foreverliving.com, copy that, paste it into the QR Monkey where it says UR link there, and instantly you've made a QR code. Pardon? Yeah, you can do it in Canva. I'm trying to do something so when people go, oh my God, what's Canva? And this is simple. This is the simple. Yeah. You can do it with your join, you can do it with any links at all. So you can do it with, if you're doing a discount code, you can do it with that. Yeah. Now the other thing you can do is, when I do events, I want people to go to my shop, but I also want to have a sticker that I stick on things. So the other one that I use is Able Labels. You know when you get labels, sticky labels, a lot of people use Able Labels because they're just so reasonable, aren't they? So if you haven't got someone that you do labels with, Able Labels is so reasonable. But if you click on that and you go to Able Labels and say QR code, you can make an Able label with a QR code, and you can write underneath it. You can put shop here, or you'll put your telephone number or your email address. So literally, oh, it's one that Helen prepared earlier. So this is one of Helen's on my team, so this is the kind of thing that we do. So she's got a nice big label on the back of her card, and underneath it's got the name of her website, but that will take someone directly to her shop, right? So you can do all those kind of things. I did an event just before Christmas, and at night time I was closed, but I made sure I had a big QR code outside. I was at an outside event, so if people walking past, I said, scan here for the shop. So even people going past, they could actually go straight to my shop. Or you're talking to people, you can have QR codes on your event, and you can have them there and say, oh, I haven't got that product with me today, but if you go straight to the QR code, it'll take you straight to my shop. Yeah? So these are great things to do, but knowing how to do them, and that's very simple. And then the other thing that I just want to mention is about GDPR. That GDPR is really, really important because you are all running a business where you need to be careful and look after your customers' data. It doesn't matter what kind of business you have. If you are baking cakes and selling cakes for Christmas and anniversaries, birthdays, you still need to look after your customers' data. So if you write a name down, a telephone number down, you need to look after their data. That is the way it is. That is, I've got a solicitor looking straight at me here. Am I right, Joe? Yeah, you've got to be compliant. So if you are doing this right from day one, then you're being professional because people are trusting you, right? So if you're not sure about what to do, there's a link here, there's a QR code, which will take you straight through to the ICO. The other thing, now we're simplifying this down because it's just ask you questions, you can tick and it will give you, if you're not sure, it will give you a response back what to do if you're not doing that, okay? It's very, very simple. The other thing is that if you are, now this is really important, if you are building a business, so you are prospecting as well as sharing, if you are doing consultations and you are building a business and spending time with people doing consultations, sharing information, and where in theory what you're doing, you might even be working as a team where you're sharing people's leads, right? You're sharing people's data around. You all understand that, don't you? If you're in a group and you're sharing people's data, or you're doing anything like that, you need to be registered with the ICO, right? You have to. It's very simple, right? If you are deciding that you are not going to be sharing anything ever, that you bought a Start Your Journey pack and you're just going to look at it, or just use the products for yourself, it's fine. But if you're going to be building a business, isn't it better to be professional? Isn't it better to say, I am ICO registered? Now, to get registered with the ICO, it costs £40 a year. That's all it costs. And you have a professional certificate to say you are operating in business as a professional. Isn't that great? Yeah? So you can do that as well. My marketing guy ran the ICO office and asked the question about network marketing. He said, yes, because you're doing consultations, you're meeting people. So yes, we have to say yes. So people think that if you're network marketing, you don't have to do all these professional things. Of course you do. You're running a professional business. Would you agree? Yes. So don't you feel better if you're doing it professionally? Yeah? Perfect. And what's the last thing? Public liability insurance. Public liability, if you are doing events where you are going around touching people, you go, oh, try this product on the back of your hand, dealing with people, going to people's homes, doing events. Yeah, public liability insurance. Once again, you may already have insurance that covers public liability in that, check that, or otherwise there are lots of public liabilities. Anybody use public liability? Want to share the ones they use? Liability first. Liability first.
I will do with Mark Bates because he will actually cover the stock that's in the boot of your car while you're traveling.
Oh yeah, there's lots of different ones. So if you've not got public liability insurance, please speak to the people that, and it's not very expensive. How much is liability first?
I've got 5 million insurance and it's about 52, I think,
So 52, 36 a year. So you see what I mean? Public liability, you know, all those kind of things. So you need to cover yourself for your misdemeanors. You know, if you trip over on somebody's shag pile rug in their house, yeah, and you knock something over and it goes flying and you got berry nectar all over the cream carpet, yeah, you need to cover the fact that you've done that. Do you see what I mean? It's just normal business practice. It's very, very simple, very easy. Tina and I want to take the scariness away. These are just giving you a few, you know. And then finally, forever cover the product insurance. So you don't need to cover anything to do with product. The company covers that. However, as it says there, that the company, you cannot decant the products and put them into other containers, because if it's taken out of that product, so let's say, I don't know, you decide that you want to take some aloe first and put it into a small spray bottle, small that you can get from Boots, and then you give it to somebody, yeah, what can happen with that product? It can be contaminated because it's gone into a container that's not a forever product. There's no information on it to say what's in it. So if anything happens with that product, the product, you will be liable, not the company. Do you see what I mean? So please do not decant anything. If you want to, at your event, which Tina's going to explain to you how to do that professionally and hygienically, because everybody's now after the pandemic, she's going to explain how to do that, but not to decant things and give them to people or do them as samples. Or definitely you can't sell anything like that when it's made into smaller portions, unless it's a portion like a collagen, RG, Fab, because they come in trays, all those kind of things. They're classed as portions, they're sealed in sealed containers. And then just to explain I've done the 6-day money back guarantee, I've explained how that works. So I've done all of that. And just very simply here, become a product of the product. These are just some things that, one of the things I always get people to focus on is focus on building your personal use to 1cc. If you build your personal use to 1cc, that is a really good way to focus your business, because we all need to be doing at least 1cc personally anyway to get our downline bonuses. So build it up, and I thought this would just be a really great way to show you how that might work. So this is when someone started to get going. They're drinking the aloe vera, again, drinking gel. So if you work on 100 to 220 mils, that's around about 3 bottles of gel in a month. Personal care products, that's just taking maybe 2 or 3. This is just showing where it would come from. Maybe 2 supplements and trying a new product, that comes to 0.7. So we're just showing where do the cc's come from. It's breaking it down into small chunks, but also showing that this is a journey to build it up to 1cc. But of course, what do you want to do if you're using 1cc? You want to find a way to pay for it. Yeah? Would you agree? Yeah. So that's what Tina is going to go through this afternoon, how to earn money. Who wants to earn money? Perfect.
So for the new people in the room, this company is here to stay. Okay, so you are in the right place. I can promise you're in the right place. My name is Tina Gillis, and back in 2009, sorry, I have to remember not to touch this little microphone down here. Back in 2009, I was working as a private physiotherapist. At that point, I'd been a physiotherapist for 14 years, NHS, then the private sector. I loved what I did, loved being a physio. Wasn't ever going to consider doing anything else. Why would I? My children were 2 and 7. And, you know, life was hunky-dory. And I just did the mum juggle and the physio juggle, and all was well. However, I stumbled upon these products by a chance meeting with a lady called Natalie. And she said, come and have a look at this. I had a look and thought, I love those products. I calculated how much I needed to spend each month to make sure me and my family had the products that we wanted, and it was £200. My husband, now ex-husband, all amicable, it's all okay, was a professional rugby player, and so a big chunk of that 200 was for him and his joints and to keep him on the pitch. And so I started Forever. I was a mum and a physio. I wasn't a businesswoman. I really, really wasn't a businesswoman. It was very, very much out of my comfort zone. And I got my pack and I hid it under the stairs for at least 4 weeks. And my sponsor kept ringing me to say, how are the products? I say, yeah, they're great. I was petrified. But I just thought maybe I can earn that £200 a month if I follow this system that these people have been following. And I did, and it grew. And within 18 months, I retired from physiotherapy because my back was getting worse while everyone else's was getting better. People think if you work for yourself in a traditional business, it's flexible. It's flexible, but if you don't work, you don't get paid. And I could never take more than 2 weeks off because physio patients don't want to see somebody else when they've been coming to see you. So for the last 13 years, this has been my full-time business. I work part-time, varied hours. I say part-time some weeks. Right now I'm really busy because I'm really, really excited with everything that's going on. So if you're brand new or you've been with us for 30 years, this information is hopefully going to help you, that I'm going to go through. It may be that, like me, you're thinking, can I really do this? Is this going to work? Well, I promise you it does. And it's going to be little steps outside of your comfort zone. You don't have to take giant leaps, but you do have to do something. So, need a third hand, don't I? Is there anyone in the room that has not yet done anything for their business? They're brand new, they've got their pack. No, yeah, okay, you are here at the right time. You're just going to get it all. Arrow. Yes, fantastic. So, product retailing. Did anyone start and think, not even sure if I can retail the products? How am I going to build this business? Because I'm not a retailer. Sell stuff. I was petrified, and I think I'd convinced myself that I couldn't do it. But the what if I could, was bigger. All you need to know is that these products work. They have a money-back guarantee. And if you've tried them and you felt the benefits, there are going to be loads of other people that you know, even if you don't think you know people that will. I promise you, there will. Can't really see this screen. Oh, there we go. So there's lots of different ways we retail the products, and you may think of some that aren't on the screen there. Oh, gosh. So you're going to launch your business with an in-person event. We're going to come on and speak about these things in more detail, and you're just going to use the products that come in this Start Your Journey pack. So there's all of those with a couple of shakes that aren't there. But then there's experience packs. Anyone in the room not know what an experience pack is? Please say there's someone that doesn't know. Brilliant, lovely. So that section will be just for you. And this experience pack, I'm going to go into more detail, it's just going to be using, when you start, the extra products from your pack in a way that enables people to feel the products, smell the products, learn to sort of see what are right for them. There's events. Okay, they can be small events, they can be big events, you can have themed events, skincare, pamper parties, mother and baby group, anything you want. This is your business. You can run your business in your way. So my advice would be, when you're first starting, stick to the very simple things so that you learn how to do A, B, C. But then as your business grows, get creative. Have a think. What do you like? What are your passions? Where are the people you know? Who are the people you know? Okay, we're not telling you have to do this business in exactly the same way as one another. You might be somebody that's done a clean 9 early on in your business and you want to do some weight management events. That's absolutely fine. Workplace wellness is huge right now. Most companies have a budget to make sure and to prove and to show that they have the wellness of their employees. So look into workplace wellness. You might know somebody that's in a company. Ask them if you can come along and do an educational talk. And your sponsor or your upline will help to show you how to do these things. But to start with, stick to the basics. You might be somebody that's in sport and fitness. When I started as a physio, I thought I'm just going to concentrate on sports, fitness, mobility. But you know what? If someone wants the skincare, yes, I use the skincare and I say this skincare is fab. But when you start, you might have a niche that you think you want to focus on, but stay open-minded. Hormonal health is huge now, isn't it? Thanks to Davina. So Davina's highlighted, and she's there for all us women of a certain age. You can help people out there. Animal health. I don't really know anything about animals. But if someone's got a dog or a horse, I'll happily say, well, this helped my knee. Give it a go for your dog. Make sure it's a product that's suitable for dogs. And there's all sorts of things you can do. Coffee catch-ups. We'll talk about that in a minute. Keep it simple. Open houses. And then you've got brochures. Okay, don't forget brochures. Okay, we're all, online, high tech. I mean, the brochure is online. But if you've got a neighbour that would like to look through a brochure, give them a brochure, okay? Go back to the simple things. I still like a bit of paper, a bit of a yellow cue card. I'm not all completely digital. My children wouldn't think of using a bit of paper for much at all. So, for you, for the people you know, use your shop. Give gifts to people. Don't go and spend your money in Boots or Marks and Spencer's, or is Debenhams still a thing? I don't know. Give gift. No, it's not. Okay. House of Fraser's shutting down everywhere as well, isn't it? But we're not shutting down. So give gifts from your shop, and then your friends, your family that receive that as a gift, they'll know, oh, I don't just have to buy things from Tina that are for X, Y, or Z. Tina sells gifts as well. So just, think people's birthdays, Valentine's Day, if you've got your eye on a hot chap, give him a bottle of aloe. Mother's Day, Father's Day, giving the gift of health is huge, but it's just showing people what you do. We're going to talk about aloe bars and where you can do aloe bars shortly. You can do shows, you can do fairs. What I would say is when you're brand new, you don't need to be spending out lots of money booking events. If you scroll through social media or different events finders, you'll find local events where you can maybe pay £5 or a percentage of your profits or a little donation to go along and have an aloe bar or a stand. We want you to be earning money. We don't want you to be outlaying hundreds and hundreds of pounds. It's not necessary. You can do WhatsApp sales online. You can do fundraisers, referrals. Once somebody's used a product, go back to them and say, who else do you know that feels like you did and would like to feel like you do now? People love recommending something that they've felt the benefit from. And of course, social media for people that like social media. So building a customer base. Again, this isn't, if you've been in the business a while, this isn't anything that you haven't heard before. But for me, it was really good going through this information, going back to basics and thinking, oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Oh, I've not done one of those in ages. So if you're brand new, you're going to do a first launch. And this is going to expose people to the products. It's going to expose people to you and your business. It's going to expose people to some facts about the company. People are going to want to know, well, what is this thing you're doing? And your first launch, your first event, is going to give people information on all of those things. We're then going to talk about coffee catch-ups. Again, keep it simple. If you just started a business making shoes and one of your friends said, show me the shoes, you wouldn't say, well, I'll book you in 3 weeks at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday evening. You'd say, are you free tomorrow for a coffee? Come round, I'd love to show you the shoes that I've just made. I don't know why I chose shoes. Aloe bars, mindfulness and weight management. So, our DX4, C9, F15, huge target market for that. It's not just weight management, it's mindfulness, it's health. Okay, so it's not about who wants to lose weight, it's who wants to improve their health. Those 3 programs are amazing for that. Experience packs. So we're going to go on and talk about those in a moment. So you need to be looking at all of these methods and looking at what suits you, what's going to grow your business, and what do you want to do. And do the things you love, do the things you enjoy, but you have to do something. Nobody posts case credits through the letterbox. So get-togethers. What's a get-together? Again, we've tried to really make this simple because it can be daunting starting your own business. I know how I felt 15 years ago, hiding that box under the stairs, refusing to book a launch, etc. So if you feel like that, please don't. I wish I hadn't wasted those few weeks because my business would have moved on a bit quicker. So who do you know that you can invite to a get-together? So what I get people to do that are working with me, I get them to do a mind map. What do we used to, brainstorm we used to call that years ago. The kids call them mind maps now. So just get yourself a couple of large sheets of A4 paper. If you're a list person, then just write it as a list. Okay, but if you like to sort of see things, what I do is I put each of these little things in a bubble. So who do you know in health and wellness? Who do you know that already buys supplements? Who do you know that's into beauty and skincare? This isn't about going out into the big wide world, trying to convert everybody that lives life in one way and trying to convince them to do something different. If you look at people that already do a certain thing, like Louise said, we're in the wellness industry, not the illness industry. You're going to help people with illnesses along the way, but make life easy. Look for the people that are already wanting to look after themselves. Who do you know that runs, swims, goes to the golf club? So either write a list or do a mind map. And then under each heading or around each bubble, just have a brainstorm and leave that list, mind map, on the kitchen wall, on your office wall, somewhere where you can see it every day. Because, and I don't have one now, but maybe I should do it again. I used to have a notepad next to the bed because I would wake up in the middle of the night thinking, oh my gosh, Sarah from Running Club in 1987, I've not put her on the list. Okay, and it's not up to us to decide who will love these products, who will love this business, or anything like that. So, don't forget someone, because you could really make a difference to them. Who do you know who's vegan or vegetarian? We have lists of products for both of those type of people. Is it a type? It's not really a type of person, is it? For those needs and requirements, lifestyles. Who do you know that works already in a business or runs a business that is about sort of looking good, feeling good? So who do you know that wants better skin health, immune health, joint health, weight management, weight gain, weight loss? They're in the fitness industry, hormonal health, pets, children's health, and like Louise mentioned earlier, eye health. Okay, I didn't know those things Louise said about our amazing supplements. So just get all those names down, because that is a much better way of then planning an event, because you're going to look at all of those people. You're going to see where they live. And, I might look at that and think, oh, Sarah, 1987, Essex. Oh, I know 6 other people that live near there. I'm going to see if Sarah would like to have an event. Okay? It's just an example. You don't have to trek to Essex. But why are get-togethers so important? Well, for a start, it's fun. I don't know about you, but I had enough of sitting at home during lockdown. It's nice to get people together. Okay, people get a buzz from being around other people. As much as it might be nice to be, I don't know, let's say Kim Kardashian and go into a shop when nobody else is there, and I don't like shopping when there's lots of people there, I quite like the sort of the vibe of a shop with a little bit of hustle and bustle. Okay, well, it's the same. Events are good, get-togethers are good, because it makes you feel good. It makes the people there feel like they're part of something. So it's going to enable you to showcase the products. And whether that's a coffee catch-up, where you've got 4 products in one of the little yellow bags, or whether it's a huge event, or whether it's your first launch because you're new to the business and you want to show your friends, maybe some of your family, what you're doing. Doing events is going to put money in your pocket. And the majority of people do start working with Forever for money. Occasionally you'll get someone that doesn't need any money and just wants to do something fun, exciting with a great company and be part of something, and that's great. But most people want to get a bit of that money in their pocket. It's going to instill belief in the company, for you in the company, and it's also going to instill belief in the products. Belief in yourself is something that can take a bit more time to come. Okay, it doesn't all happen at once. I always think it's like a triangle: company, products, self-belief. But if you're going to do some events, get your first launch done, it's going to help the first 2, definitely. And however nervous or scared or, overwhelming it may be to do that first event, it will build your confidence. Now, we're going to go into detail in a minute, but just so nobody panics, you're not thrown in the deep end, well, not usually, thrown in the deep end and left to your own devices. Somebody is going to do these firsts with you to help your confidence grow. It's going to help your product knowledge, because there's going to be stories about the products. And if you're brand new and you don't yet have your own product stories, people in your team share their stories. Share the reviews that Louise explained about on foreverliving.com. It's going to enable you to learn about the products. It's going to give you confidence again. So it's going back to confidence. We have a saying with Forever is that, yes, we grow aloe, but what we actually do is grow people. And hosting events is one of the things that really will help with that. It's going to generate more activity. So having a get-together or an event is going to lead to knock-on events. So there may be someone at your event that says, oh, I love skincare. Could you do one of these for skincare? Or can I have one of these with my friends and family? So there's going to be knock-on events. If it's a bigger event and there's other, let's say, stall holders or other businesses there, you can collaborate with other businesses. Remember, this is your business. You can run it in your way. But stick to the basics to start with. there's going to be case credits involved. Okay, so ultimately, case credits, our internal currency showing the value of the products. If you're going to retail at an event, you're going to get case credits going into your business. And over time, if you choose, that's how your business is going to grow. You're going to get customers from events. Okay, now, all the events I do, and I'm sure most people in the room, probably everyone in the room, it's never about a hard sell. It's about feeling comfortable with the audience that you have, your friends, relatives, speaking about some products that you love, that you've used, even if it's just the ones in your pack, and saying, look, I felt this. I don't know if you're going to feel the same. I don't know if it's going to help you in the same way, but give it a go. We've got that 60-day money-back guarantee, and you will get customers. Those people will go away and recommend you to their friends. But you'll also get potentially people that say to you, well, that was simple. Anyone could, hopefully. So you shouldn't be too good, I think. That was my ex-mother-in-law once said to me after a launch, oh, anyone could do that. And I said, exactly, that's the point. To which my ex-father-in-law said, well, one day you might have to. Who knows? They're still together, but I don't know how. Anyway, so you will get customers and you'll potentially get people over time that will come to you and say, I'd love to have a look at what you do.